Daniel and Daniela grew up with their father, Mr. James, in a small compound in Lagos. Their mother had died giving birth to Daniela, and their father raised them alone. He wasn't rich, but he provided everything he could. Daniel studied hard in a private university, determined to give his father a better life. Daniela, on the other hand, had dropped out of university because of poor performance and was working as a teacher in a nearby school. Mr. James never complained, but every night he silently wished his daughter would return to school and make something more of her life. 4 years later, Daniel graduated and was posted to Lagos for his NYSC. Everything seemed peaceful. One evening, Mr. James received a call from his relative. They begged him to allow Jessie and Mali, two young ladies who had completed their NYSC, to stay with them in Lagos while they searched for jobs. Mr. James agreed. Jessie and Mali moved in. Jessie and Mali moved in with excitement. They loved parties, enjoyed loud music, and went from one club to another almost every night. Mr. James didn't notice because he was always busy at work, and Daniela didn't say a word. One night at a club, Jessie met Simon, a 35-year-old man with money written all over him. He stared at her for a while before saying calmly, "I like you. I want a child. I'll give you anything you want." Jessie frowned. "You don't even know me. Are you okay?" Simon handed her a bundle of cash. 100,000 naira. "I am not a ritualist. I am just a man who worked all my life making money. Now I need children. Tell me your conditions. I will accept them." Jessie laughed in disbelief. "You are 35. I am 25. I am not ready to carry baby for anybody." Jessie laughed. She walked away, but Simon didn't stop calling her. Out of frustration, she told Mali, who refused to get involved. Then she told Daniela. "Daniela, just collect this man's money, Jare. I'm tired of him," Jessie said. Daniela decided to meet him. Simon looked at her and repeated softly, "I want a child." Daniela raised her chin. "Then marry me." "I can't give birth outside marriage." Simon smiled slowly. "Then I'll marry you." Weeks later, he visited Mr. James. "Sir, I love your daughter. I want to marry her." Mr. James studied him for a moment and then nodded. "If she's happy, I'm happy too." That night, Daniela called Luke, the man who had loved her for years. "Luke, I can't marry you. I'm sorry. You are not the kind of person I've always dreamt of, and you can't give me the life I want." Luke's voice broke. "After everything we've been through, so this is it?" "I am sorry," she whispered, ending the call. When Jessie and Mali heard the news, Jessie's voice raised in anger. "Simon was supposed to be mine. She's a snake." "She played smart," Mali muttered. Daniel and Simon got married quietly and quickly. Simon wanted their first child to be born abroad. Daniela found herself on a plane for the first time, wrapped in luxury. She gave birth to their first son, Jason, in the UK. She returned home as the woman everyone envied. Simon spoiled her without holding back. He sponsored Daniel to do his master's degree abroad, bought Mr. James a new TV, a new house, and everything they ever wanted. He gave Daniela a brand new Benz and opened a business for her too. But Daniela changed. Neighbor greeted her, but she acted like she didn't see them. She lifted her chin and walked past. Jessie and Mali were still living in Mr. James' house. Daniela came home one afternoon wearing designer shoes and sunglasses. "Pack your things," she said coldly. Jessie's voice trembled. "Why?" "I don't want you here anymore. Leave," Daniela responded. She threw their bags outside. The girls walked away in silence. Years passed. Daniela gave birth to her second son, Jaden, in the US. Her wealth grew. People whispered her name with envy. "She's so lucky," they said. One evening, 6 years into the marriage, Daniela heard a horn at the gate. She told Musa to open it. A woman stepped out of the car, dressed in luxury, walking confidently. Hi, the woman said. You must be Daniela. I'm Leila, Simon's first wife. Daniela froze. First wife? Leila smiled faintly. We broke up years ago. I just came to say hello. Inside the living room, Daniela served her a drink. He's a good man, she said, trying to stay calm. Leila's laugh was bitter. Good man? He's a cheat and a womanizer. He used to hit me too. Daniela shook her head. That's a lie. He will never raise his hands at me. He was in rehab, that's why, Leila replied. I hope he remains calm for your sake. Daniela's heart raced. Leila asked her to follow her somewhere. She did. They stopped in front of a house. This is where Simon spent most of his time, Leila said quietly. And by the way, he's HIV positive. I hope you know what you married for. She turned around and left. Daniela's hands shook as she opened the gate. Jesse was inside, sitting close to Simon. Jesse! Daniela shouted. Jesse smiled without flinching. Welcome, madam. How dare you! Daniela yelled. Jesse stood up. He's my man. You were greedy. You wanted money, so you married him without asking questions. He tried telling you the truth, but you never listened. Simon! Daniela screamed. Is it true? Simon lowered his head. I'm sorry, Daniela. I am sorry. Tears filled her eyes. Sorry? Sorry for what? For what exactly? For not telling you I'm HIV positive. I tried many times, but all you wanted to hear was money and luxury. Leila returned with Daniel behind her. Daniel's voice was low. He told me everything, sis. I begged him to tell you, but you were living in your fantasy. Simon looked at Daniela. I love you. I didn't cheat on you after we got married. I have never been married. You're my first. Jessie is just my old friend. She wanted to teach you a lesson. And Leila, she's my younger sister. I made sure our children were born abroad to protect them. We did everything medically right. I protected them. I protected you as much as I could. Daniela fell to the ground crying. All the pride she carried for years disappeared in that moment. Jessie walked over and looked down at her. You hurt a lot of people, Jessie said softly. But it's not too late to change. Daniela's voice shook. I'm sorry. Jessie hugged her. For the first time in years, they reconciled. Both ladies cried. And for Daniel, he hugged his sister. Weeks later, Daniela returned to her old neighborhood. She greeted people she used to ignore. They looked at her in shock as she apologized sincerely to everyone she had wronged. She started living with humility. One day, Daniela asked Jessie, where is Mali? It's been long I saw her. Jessie smiled and replied, Mali is preparing for her wedding though. She is getting married. Daniela was shocked. Married? She never told me about that. Jessie told her, yes, so she's engaged to Luke, the same man you dumped. Daniela looked at Jessie, watched her quietly. She smiled and replied, oh, that's good. Daniela held Jason and Jaden close to her chest. If only I had known. She knew her choice had consequences. Although HIV wasn't a death sentence, but it was a life lesson she would never forget. She had chased luxury and lost herself. Now she understood that respect, humility and love were more precious than any wealth. She whispered to her children as the sun set behind the neighborhood. I lost myself chasing money, but I found strength in starting over. I will live right from now on. I will never forget where I came from. Simon hugged her from behind. You are my greatest treasure. I will always love you, my love. And they both hugged, with the two children between them. Thank you for viewing. Please don't forget to like, comment, and share. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.